Duvernay in motion. Lawrence on third down. They'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment. So this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
On first down, Lawrence. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one. And while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49. There we go.
Duvernay in motion.
That's me. 30 left. Mike's 49. Get that quarterback here.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeMarcus Walker. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw going to be caught by Davis.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
In motion right is Davis.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Think right. Watch 49. We want this.
They go play action now. Lawrence
Rolling to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. In motion right is Davis. They go play action with Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. In motion right is Davis. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence again.
Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
In motion right is Davis.
Think right, open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
In motion right is Davis. They're going on fourth down. Lawrence
steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more. Than that, second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They need 2. Here's third down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Under 10. Under 10. 10. 2, 3.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2.
as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A little short pass. This is Everett. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
This is 2nd and 8.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing on 2nd down is Williams.
Escaping the pressure right.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keep pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
ETN once more.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Dancing to his left.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 39. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lawrence. And Davis with it left side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. Now Lawrence to throw. And this one's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. That is caught. Touchdown.
Gabriel Davis.
31 yards.
And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
Flushed out right. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop, but that winds up incomplete.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Loose inside the 30.
And he'll be taken down at the 26. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
To throw once more, here's Williams.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. Touchdown, Bears! Keenan Allen, as the first half is winding down.
And the Bears have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
And they'll accept that penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and 3.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Hey, Let's bring it.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Buying time to his left.
Oh, that's deep for Duvernay.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
On second down, here's Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10.
Being chased out left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
56.
On 2nd down, Swift.
Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
To throw, Williams.
And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
On play action, here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams.
Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Throwing is Williams. He's got his target. That's complete.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the 1st half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Williams to the air on 2nd down.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Moore, the man in motion.
To the air, Williams.
Touchdown!
Roma Dunze from 19 yards away. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On second down, a run with Etienne. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, here's Etienne.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Duvernay in motion. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. It goes as a pickup of 23. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now in Jacksonville. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth.
Going quickly here to Thomas.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
To throw, it's Williams.
Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Now Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
A give to ETN running right.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Devin Duvernay.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Jaguars use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. This is 1st and 10. Here's Williams.
Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
DJ Moore.
Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, 78 yards.
And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
And another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations. Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is...
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jaguars get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum.
Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And a touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Throwing on 1st and 10, Williams. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now, because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's 1st and goal. Swift. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. One more time with Swift.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Completes it to Evan Ingram.
And he's going to step out of bounds up past the 40.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final 1st down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
Looking long for Thomas.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles. They just completely took over. And not only did they get the lead, they end up winning somewhat comfortably.
And when we spent time talking with them before the game, they made sure that we knew that they thought that they were the better team in this one, and they never lost that thought or lost that focus, and they played like it in the 4th quarter. That's how you author a late comeback and get a win.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.
Hey, yo, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Pumped up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big strip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make a rap blow it. Shout out y'all, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Ay, these no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hip boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. We about to move, son. Don't talk back unless you do, son. I make the backyard feel like a stampede. I make the trash car feel like it's a Bentley. Hanging like a Warhol or like a Banksy. And hit the stage, turn the people into family. I'm talking back then, you didn't know me. But you feel it now, acting like the homie. Talking about, hey, can you feel it? Let me know if you feel it right now.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. In motion right is Davis.
Come on, baby. Hey, kill. 11.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. Touchdown, Jaguars! Brian Thomas, 75 yards. And the Jags put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll go play action here with Williams. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Looking to throw. Williams. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4 but got 3. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And Allen's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Play action. Now Williams.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Once again, it's Swift.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Chicago!
Rome Odunze.
42 yards.
And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
They go play action with Lawrence.
It got his man complete.
And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
on the counter. Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
There he goes left side. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
You gotta love everything about that run, except for maybe a couple of things. You gotta wonder, do you fight a little harder to get into the end zone instead of going out at the 2-yard line? And I know one thing, the fantasy football guys, they are not too happy that he went out of bounds there instead of trying to get into the end zone.
The deuce is wild here. Second down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock. Etienne. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Duvernay in motion. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Back to throw. Williams. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 7-7, our score after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Cole Kmet. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and...
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, Simba Webster from his end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone? That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Chicago. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Webster. He's going to bring it out. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And now they'll shift things around. Throwing on 2nd down is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Williams now looking to throw on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back to the running game with Swift.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Off play action. Williams. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On 3rd and long, here's Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Yeah, they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Williams. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
11. Let's go. It's been a long day for you.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Williams. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 4th down, here's Williams. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Adunze.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw, Williams.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, here's Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
They'll run with Swift.
And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Santos with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already knowing.
This is intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Sheds off the tackle. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far. 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Lawrence.
Dancing to his left. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think one of the key words in today's NFL is hybrid. You know, guys who can do more than just what they're asked to do. How about our running back there laying out like a wide receiver and making that catch?
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves up.
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jacob Martin. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
68 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Williams. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And now an audible here into something else. On play action, here's Williams.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Williams throwing on 4th down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
To the air, Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got room to roam.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Santos now to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw, Lawrence.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Tyreek Stevenson picks it off.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On 1st down, here's Williams.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Keenan Allen, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And not a great decision to bring it out there as he's tackled just beyond the 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
22 yards there, a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. It's up and it's good, so that'll mean the final deficit will tally out at 10. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
Yeah. Be a